Well, now let's get you up to speed with stories developing on First at 4:30. Phoenix police are searching for a man they believe shot and killed his stepbrother. The shooting happened last night near North 87th Drive and West Palm Lane. The victim, LaShawn Pearson, was found with several gunshot wounds. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. Investigators believe Pearson's stepbrother is responsible. The two were reportedly arguing when the suspect shot Pearson multiple times and then fled the scene. Police have identified the victim, who was found dead inside a car in North Phoenix. The car was sprayed with gunfire. According to officers, the victim is 21-year-old Luke Allen Ahmed Treadwell. Investigators responded to the call yesterday morning near 32nd Street and Shea Boulevard. Police are searching for the suspect. They say witnesses saw an SUV chasing the victim's car before the shooting. The governor of Virginia is temporarily banning people from carrying guns on Capitol grounds ahead of a gun rights rally. Governor Ralph Northam says he made the call after hearing rumors of armed militias and hate groups planning to disrupt the event. Northam says he does not want a repeat of the deadly Charlottesville march back in 2017. The temporary ban will be lifted after the rally. Well, there's a possible norovirus outbreak at Yosemite National Park. National Park Service rangers have only confirmed 2 cases, but additional 170 visitors say they are dealing with norovirus symptoms. Most of the people who are sick spent time in Yosemite Valley during the first week of January. Now, norovirus is highly contagious. If you visited the park during that time and start to feel sick, definitely contact your doctor. 2 dogs are getting a second chance at life after being rescued from an apartment fire in Phoenix. First responders used a special piece of breathing equipment called the Fido bag to help the 2 dogs with smoke inhalation. Fido bags are shaped to fit around a dog's mouth. We're told both dogs are doing okay and they are back with their families. And now you're up to speed.